Dancing Queen. All right, so it is our brand new segment starting this week. To help me out in the studio, she is a dancing queen herself. She even says it in her songs. It is none other than Stephanie. Hello.
Dancing queen. Yeah. Hello. Oh my gosh, I am so excited.
Yeah, well, it's a big difference.
Oh, well, I'm kind of sad because like
it's a big difference.
Yeah,
it's a big difference, and
it's a huge change for me.
Very huge change. So, as we were kind of thinking of a new season here on K-poppin, I was trying to think, what should we do with Stephanie? What should we? Yeah. So,
but there's a one category
that you are
that
very well
that I am expert of. I'm sorry.
No, okay. This is a little.
Try to be humble, but I can't.
But this
I'm
is
so
the
excited.
reason why we came up with this segment, though. It's for all of our listeners. I know that it's become a huge craze for a lot of our fans, all the K-pop fans, to try and follow their favorite celebrities' choreography. Mm-hmm. And I know that a lot of the fans
and the dance that is like hot.
Yeah, the hot dances.
The hot dances.
And
popular dances.
To add to that, I know it's titled Dancing Queen, but it's for all of you kings and queens out there who want to work a little bit more on your moves.
Yes.
Instead of showing the entire
choreography,
we're going to see Stephanie actually dancing for us. What she does best.
I am going to dance for you, and it's going to be on
our it's going to be on our page. So
check the link.
Yes, exactly. So if you guys check the top of our message board at the moment, we have an announcement there for Stephanie's Dancing Queen, and the beautiful Stephanie has her video up there already. So as you're listening to the show today, you're going to be able to see the video. So you're not just going to listen to Stephanie explain it. You're going to be able to see it.
It's very hard to explain because when we see the video, then actually we can explain like more details and everything. And also I'm not going to just dance only, female groups dance routine. I'm going to also do, that's why you said Dancing King also.
Yes.
So, yes, a lot of variety. So, I'm very excited. I hope you are excited too.
Exactly. The reason why we gave the title Dancing Queen is because I didn't want to give it Dancing King when Stephanie was our Dancing Queen. So, I think that would have been a little awkward.
I'd be like, what?
Exactly. But just to give you guys a little bit of credential-wise, for those of you who, obviously you're familiar with Stephanie, but a little bit more of why she's just not a good dancer, but why we have her doing this segment is she has the credentials as well. So, some of your professional credentials, please.
This is awkward.
Very awkward.
Yes. Well, I danced with LA Ballet Company when I was in in US, and now I go to KNOA, we say Korean National University of Art, which is one of the best art schools.
Try to be humble.
But yes, and my major is in choreography.
Yes.
And I've been teaching a lot of celebrities and a lot of our the rookies in our entertainment in my SM.
Exactly. So I know that she's gonna not be able to say this with her own mouth because she's too humble.
Well, I already said
no, but just to help you guys out a little bit, while she was still a trainee, so this is after I had already debuted. While she was still a trainee,
that was a long time.
That was a long time ago. She was given the task to teach choreography to.
It was tasking.
The Girls' Generation members and many of the other rookies that were in the company at the moment. And so she would make girls hip-hop choreography, ballet choreography, jazz choreography. So she has a lot of genres, and it's not just, she's a good dancer. We all know she's a good dancer. But she does have the credentials to help you guys be able to look at the choreography just a little bit easier. Since she's taught it before, and she's been teaching even when she was in the States.
Yes, so I love teaching, and I also have a teaching license.
Wow, there you go.
So yes,
so perfect for the show.
I will share everything with you.
But yes, so for our new segment that is on Friday now, perfect way to dance our way into the weekend.
Oh, it's Friday, too.
Exactly, it's Friday. So, since it's on a Friday, and you guys need to constantly think that while you're listening to Stephanie explain, please continue to look at the video on our message board.
Very important.
Very important.
To see the video. The actual video will help you.
Because if not, you're going to be like, Stephanie's weird. What is she talking about?
What is she doing? She's like, no, I can't see your arms.
It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, when you do this routine. No, seriously.
So constantly start clicking the video at the top of the screen. All right, so what song are we going to be actually looking at today?
Today, we are going to listen to... well, 기대해.
Oh, wait, huh?
Is it familiar for you?
Is it the song that we're looking at?
Song.
Oh, so some Girls' Day.
Girls' Day.
Okay.
기대해. We are gonna listen to this bit, and especially because I'm gonna dance this dance routine. It's the point. Dance routine for this will be using the suspender. So yes, you will see a hot dance.
Okay, a hot dance. So we're actually gonna have our listeners constantly look over the video as you start explaining it. So with the dance itself, obviously suspenders are a big thing right now.
Yes, like the fashion. It's one of the fashion items that can really make the choreography look better.
Okay, now I want to have to say that when it comes to suspenders, normally we've seen a lot of male artists,
right? Like Kim Jong-min from SS 501.
Yes.
He used it, but I don't know, for the girls, especially when they use the suspender. I know it's kind of guys thing, but we can make that a little bit more sexier.
And I think it's a lot more prettier. I mean,
it's much prettier.
Because obviously,
it's very feminine.
Very, very feminine. And it's kind of ironic that girls were able to, use neckties,
and,
suspenders.
And the guy's shirt.
Of course.
Okay,
going a little too far, but you know what I mean.
Too far.
But when it comes to male items, because obviously suspenders come back from, the late 50s in Korea.
Yeah.
And then, of course, in the States.
Even the Charlie Chaplin.
Exactly. So when suspenders come out, it's a huge fashion item.
Yes.
And it's kind of a no-brainer that celebrities are now starting to use it as a choreography.
Yes. It's not, because these days, using the items, using the material, it's pretty hot because... choreography, there's a limitation.
Of
always.
Course.
So using the items, especially the fashion items, will help.
Obviously with hats or batons or...
And so we're going to listen to two songs. So the next link also that I dance is also the female group who used the suspender.
Okay, so today
we're going to talk about the suspenders.
Suspenders today. Now, when it comes to the choreography these days, I know that with your recent game song that you also did the choreography as well.
Right.
And
but for that fashion item was a skirt, the chiffon.
Yeah, the skirt. I noticed that you were using that.
And we were going to talk about that the next time.
Well,
I have so much things to share.
Of course. And that's why we have you on the show. So when it comes to these suspenders, I mean, normally when we think of suspenders, it's a very nerdy thing.
But it's not.
It's not, though.
It's not. So you will see when you see my video.
Okay. Well, I know that they're going to constantly start clicking on the video right now. So let's talk a little bit more about choreography.
Sorry.
Okay.
Choreography, yes. When you see the music video, Girls' Day's music video, the 기대해, it's up tempo and it's very sexy song. And one time they used the suspender in the with the choreography, and one time this is in the same music video. One time they didn't.
Okay.
And there's huge difference. So you can check their music video also, and you can check my video too.
Okay, so you can compare it to see the difference.
It's huge difference. And
well, obviously. Just, with that. But now let's try and get into the choreography.
You just tried it?
No.
What was that?
I don't know. You keep doing this too, so I keep doing that too. Don't stop giving me a thumbs up over here.
No, seriously, we need camera in this booth. It's so funny.
All right, so tell us a little bit about the choreography.
The choreography, it's very, because Girls' Day till now, they've been doing it very cutesy dance.
Yes,
like
very
they were like,
cute.
oh my goodness, which I can't really good at. I can't really do it. But you know, it's Girls' Day. They're idols, you know, and they're young. But yeah, especially when they did this, it was like a huge. It was like it was a huge thing because now it's like everyone was like talking. Like, oh my God, Girls' Day, they grew. They
grew up. They became more mature. So let's start getting into.
And they're using the more, you know, the
yeah.
S-line.
A little bit of waves and a little hip.
And they're using the, suspenders. So it was like it was like sensation.
Yes, it is. So when it comes to the choreography itself, let's kind of go step by step now, since our listeners are probably going to start clicking on the video right now. So step by step, kind of what you did in the video, so to speak.
Okay, so as you can see, we can see that the main thing is the hip dance.
Okay,
you use the hips, like you can roll it like circle. It's like circulation of your hip.
Okay,
and it's sort of you repeat it. It's very simple.
It is a very simple dance.
It's very simple dance routine, but just using the suspender, it just makes everything look, you know, bigger and sexier.
Okay.
Because like when you use the suspender, you're actually hanging on to that suspender, so you can move your upper body, which we call the torso. You can do the body wave much more stable than, you know, not using the suspender. So the routine look very, very feminine.
Okay.
So yeah.
For our listeners who are going to try and use this kind of choreography to, you know, show off or to maybe say, I know what I'm doing, it would be more so to focus more on the hips.
Right. On the hips. And then you can see the legs not doing anything.
Okay.
So it's everything about your from
upper
hips
body, hips
and
to
upper body.
Okay.
Upper body, you don't need to do like a big movement.
Okay.
The suspender will do it everything.
Which is quite interesting because
you can try it at home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I do think that it does make a little bit of a difference with, now that you say it, with and without the suspenders. Obviously, just, you know, using a body wave and then, you know, the hip wave that they're using, but then just using that one prop makes it very different.
So, like, just think about it. When you do the dance, I'm actually doing it in the studio also. I'm like, look at me.
She's like, look at me, I'm doing it this way.
But when it's like to the right. I'm sorry. But when you do it without anything, you can actually just do it easily. But when you're hanging on to something, like using the props, or actually you're using, girls say they're using both hands. So the hands are stable.
Okay.
They're, you know, it's fixed, right? They're not moving their hands, but because they're not moving their hands, they can move your upper body much more bigger.
Ah.
Because they're hanging on to something.
Okay.
And suspender, it's helping.
Okay, so
it's you know, it's better than using the like scarf.
Oh, of course.
But suspender, it's rubber.
It's elastic.
It's elastic. Sorry, yeah. It's elastic, so it's much better.
Okay,
so show it.
If you want to be a little bit more, or the whole point, obviously we watch the dance, we think obviously suspenders are the point of the dance, but on top of that, it also not only is a part of the, you know, just look, but also it helps in the choreography. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like plus. Win-win situation.
It's a win-win situation. All right. So today, while we're talking about it, you guys are still watching the video. So keep watching the video.
And I'm wearing a black leggings
to help you guys.
But also, the girls say they are wearing this too.
Exactly.
So I'm trying to be very close to their concept also.
All right. So as you guys are watching it, you're seeing what Stephanie's actually wearing in the studio right now, and she's still dancing while she's explaining it to you.
Oh, yes.
But as you're clicking on the videos, if you guys have any questions, obviously this video isn't that long. So as you're watching the video and the choreography, if you have any more questions, you can constantly start sending those in, and we'll try and cover that later.
Oh, yes.
And in the meantime, though, since we are covering this track for today, let's take a listen to it. And maybe you guys can follow along in the video as well. Here's Girls' Day with Kidehe, and we'll see you guys after this with more of Dancing Queen in the studio.
I love this song.
All right, we're back.
And I'm still dancing in the studio.
Don't you get sick of dancing?
Oh my goodness.
No?
Don't say that.
Don't say that.
Do you get sick of doing radios?
No. Same thing. All right.
So weird. So as you can see,
Fair deal.
There, I actually using the suspender and using girls they using the suspender. It's as you can see, it's a difference.
There's
Without
difference.
and with, it's a huge difference. So actually, you can actually do the other choreography. You can make it more sexier. And you can actually come up with your own choreography because you can do a lot of things with the props.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah. And we're going to talk about the
next song. So our next song today that you brought is
it's Mr. for
yeah.
Kara, right?
Yeah.
I'm like Kara.
Kara.
It's so weird. So why I brought this song? It's because they used also a suspender.
Yeah, but they used it. Yeah, but they did use it in a very different way. Yes.
But you know what? But it's very similar because with or without that, it makes a huge difference.
Exactly. Huge difference. No, it does. I feel that it does.
And also, they're doing the same the hip dance. Like you can see. Oh, you can also check my link because I'm dancing their dance routine also. As you can see, they are doing the hip dance also. It's very similar. It's different, but it's similar because they're using their hips. You know, like to the right, to the left, and it's they're repeating. And also, girls they did the
repetitive moves. Yeah.
So it's very similar, but Kara is much more bigger. It's a bigger movement, and they're also using the right arm to actually
accent
to give an accent. And that little suspender hanging from their behind,
their pants. Yeah,
their pants. It's so cute, but because of that, it makes much more bigger movement.
Of course,
because of that.
So you said earlier with Girls' Day, the suspenders help the girls move their bodies better.
Much more sexier.
And then with Kara, it was more than instead of actually using it for that just being there on the pants.
Just hanging there.
It made a bigger difference, which I have to say I agree with because even if you see Kara go on other shows and they're wearing different clothing and they do the same dance, but something doesn't seem right.
Exactly.
Something doesn't seem right.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point because that little strap, right? Just doing the hip dance, yeah, they can just do it. But because of that, something is hanging and it gives a more reaction to the movement.
Okay.
And of course, because of that, it looks bigger.
Okay.
And it gives the scenery, the effects.
Okay.
So.
Okay. So because of that, it was able to give a great effect. Now, in your video, obviously, you are doing this as well. Maybe obviously with Girls' Day's hip dance and with Kara's hip dance, even though it's very similar, I know that
but it's different.
It's very different. So, I know it might be a little technical for some of our listeners who aren't dancers, but in which way? So, for anybody who's never learned how to dance before, they all look the same.
While I'm explaining it, can you do it? Like, actually?
No.
So, okay, yes, I know what you're talking about. So for the Girls' Day, they're doing a little. It's like when you try to relax your hips or just do the warm up dance, you roll your hips.
Okay.
Right? It's the same thing. So their hands are hanging on to the suspender, and they're just rolling their hips one way.
Okay. So the stuff that, when we're about to go to the gym or stuff like that, when we start,
we do
moving our hips or like when we go to a party.
Basic step.
Okay, so just turning our hips. That's what Girls' Day is doing.
Turning the hips, and with the momentum from changes the direction, like that you actually can see from the video. When your right leg is front, you roll your hips to the right,
obviously,
which is like outside of the, you actually draw a circle.
Okay, with your hips.
Okay, just with your hips. But when you do it, because your hands are there, your body, your upper body will follow your hips. So it will give you a little feminine, but it doesn't have to be big, because this dance, when you do it too big, it's kind of freaky. It's
okay, so it's a little too, it might be too comical.
Yeah, it's too much.
So subtle hip movements, and obviously because
the hips are moving.
Yeah, and so since you said Girls' Day's choreography was able to put them at an angle, so because of that, it gives
more feminine.
It looks a little bit more feminine instead of looking straight forward and turning their hips. Putting it in an angle, kind of
using
gives it
the direction.
And so it helps with the direction.
Yes.
It helps with kind of also. It doesn't look as I think too sexy.
Yeah, so exactly.
It's not too sexy.
It's not like bam.
Yeah, you know what I mean. It's not like
it's very Asian-y style, because they do like
it's a little subtle way, a shy sexiness,
but still sexy.
Okay.
But so, guys love this dance.
Of course. And there's a difference though between that. So for Girls' Day, it's so just small movements.
Small movement, and just follow the direction of your hip.
Okay.
So your upper body will just follow. So, but the kata, that dance routine it's very different, because they're doing a huge movement.
Okay. And they're using angle as well, but in a different way.
It's a different way, because Girls' Day, they do a little bit sideways, but kata, they're actually facing, their body is facing back.
Yeah.
Only their faces looking. Try to look the audience, but it's kind of hard because your
back is so pretty much your back is to the audience.
But the whole point is, to make sure they can see your
hips. So obviously with Kara's dance, they're a lot bigger. The movement is a lot bigger,
and they're using their hands.
True, but
it's like hanging there.
I have tried to do Kara's Mr. Dance before, and I've noticed that it doesn't really feel like you're just twisting your hips.
You're not twisting.
Exactly.
And you know what? The key for this dance, and the difference between Girls' Day and kata is, Girls' Day, their feet doesn't move.
Okay.
It's right there. But kata, you have to use it alternate. Alternate fit. You have to change your weight each time.
So your weight shifts. So that's
your weight shifts. If that doesn't do that, then you can't do that.
Okay, so
you don't really see that feel. I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
We think that from a if you don't know how to dance, if you've never learned dance before, if you watch katas, you think, oh, they're just swinging their hips.
It's not that,
but
it's kind of technical.
It is a little bit more technical than Girls' Day. Girls' Day is just literally, they're just rolling their hips. But it seems like kata, it's from what you're saying is you're going back and forth pretty much.
Yes. And then also at the same time, you have to use your hips. So I walk forward, and then I hit, I give the little accent with my hand. And then when my weight shifts to the right, as you can see, my left foot rises. It's off the ground.
Okay.
Just a little bit. It's not a big move.
It's not like you're lifting your leg up every time you go back and forth.
No.
You're not going to start kicking in midair.
That's like yukaksu.
Yeah, you're not going to do that.
It's not that.
No.
But this dance still has to be feminine. So
okay.
Yeah. So and then when my body weight shifts to the left, you can see my right foot rises.
Okay.
Off from the ground.
Okay. So you can see the weight shift.
Repeat this with the song, but because it's up tempo, it looks like you're just doing it, but actually it has a little technique to it. So
okay. So Kata's is a little bit harder when it comes to technical things. But when it comes to what you want to go for, it's very different. So same suspenders, same hip dance,
yes,
same girl group, but completely
different dance routine. Yes,
completely different dance routine.
And also the feelings. It doesn't look like it's like same.
Yeah,
but they're using the same items, and there are a lot of similarity, but it's totally different.
Okay, so obviously, when it comes to using our hips and when it comes to, I mean, guys
Props,
as well,
Mm-hmm.
you know, using our hips, it's kind of embarrassing at
I
sometimes.
don't think so. I'm sorry.
Well, obviously, you're a dancer. You see guys dance like that all the time.
Double S 501 Kim Jong-min, he did the little, he used it a little bit, but he didn't actually hang on.
Yeah, so
he didn't actually use it, you know.
So yeah, I mean, obviously, when it comes to up until now, we've seen a lot of our Korean male celebrities. Suspenders was just a part of the uniform. So
yeah,
it's just a part of their clothes.
just a costume for them.
Yeah, exactly.
But for the girls, they can actually use it.
So if our guys were to, because I've been noticing a lot of our fanboys around the world have been doing girl covers, so girl group covers. And obviously, they're going to have to move their hips a little bit. So maybe for these two dances, since you've already shown the videos, and I know that our listeners are clicking on them right now, but maybe some warm-ups to kind of help them before they actually go into it so they don't feel awkward.
Yes, but you know what? The basic step, basic movement will help you. That's all. Seriously. Okay.
So
no, I'm not kidding. But
no,
just
it's
like
true,
rolling, you know, when you but you actually use a plie. Plie means to bend. It's French. It's actually from the ballet language. And plie is to bend your knees. And when you roll your hips while you bending your knees, it obviously it gives the reaction to the upper body also. So your torso is also moving. So use that momentum or use that movement to improve, you know, your body wave or your, you know, the
hip waves as well.
The hip waves.
Okay, now just to kind of maybe help our male listeners a little bit more of how you would go on with doing that. For our listeners who like Chogon or have seen Chogon dance
you
before.
know what? Chogon, I love that guy. But especially because what the guys when they bend over, they cannot actually tuck their pelvis in. So for the girls, we can actually put our behind,
out. Yeah,
out.
we can stick our pelvis out.
We can do that, but guys, most of the guys, they can't.
Because it's more of a how flexible you are, I guess.
Right. But Jogon actually
can do it. So for the thing is
better than that.
So if you guys, for all of our male listeners who, even though we're covering a girl song, and I know that a lot of you guys are doing cover dances these days to show your support for your favorite girl groups, if you want to even work out or before you work out to stretch your body, what she said is to, spread your legs a little bit more, a little bit further than your shoulder width,
right,
and then slightly plie. Don't do a grand plie and like go on the go.
Grand
Don't
plie,
don't do that on the floor. Don't do that. But slightly bend your knees, just like Kara does. So slightly bend your knees.
And make sure when you do plie, make sure your legs are parallel.
Okay.
Not turned out because that's ballet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just remember that. I think these tips will help you guys stretch your bodies out a little bit more, and also help you guys.
And also the one more tips for and also the difference between these two dances. When I said the girls say they're using the momentum from the hips, but Kara, they're using their momentum from the upper body.
Okay.
Because they're rocking their arms back and forth, and because of that,
it helps
your hips to move. So actually, it's reversible. The
other way around.
Other way around, because Kara, you go, like I said, you go up to down.
Okay.
Right? But girls, they do down to up.
Oh.
So the key for the Kara Mr. dance routine, use your arm, rock your arms, and when you do a bigger movement, then your hips will move bigger.
Okay.
Obviously.
All right. Sounds great.
Because your body's connected.
Exactly. All right. Well, with that, it's already time for us to say goodbye. Wow, this segment is like really short. So you guys can constantly catch the videos.
No. Keep going.
Catch the videos. And we're going to have Stephanie join us next week with more choreography
and more information.
Exactly. So watch the video that she just posted up as well, and also maybe try it out with this song as we listen to it. It is Kara's Mister, and we'll see you next week.